Greetings, geeks and nerds and ladies universe, I'm White and Nerdy, and this is it. This is the final top 10 of December, and also for good sense. I want to point out that to people that I'm sorry that I've been so preoccupied with changing the schedule around and everything, and I know that a lot of people would probably excited, but also confused, that I changed around the premieres and stuff like that, and I do want to apologize for that. It's just I found out that basically I haven't been so busy, and also I've been kind of impatient and wanting to work on videos so much. So then I decided, you know what, we're gonna have fun this year. We're just gonna skip into the Christmas reviews, which you guys have probably already enjoyed. Um, but I was just we'll just skip it right into the Christmas themed reviews and everything. And what's great is that since you saw the first top 10, the best contenders list, and now this one, the good news is that now for the rest of the week, there's going to be 5 Christmas themed reviews with a special one either Christmas morning or Christmas night for you guys. I'm still subsiding on that one. And it's about one of my favorite ones, and it's one that I think you guys would like me to review, truthfully. I'm still figuring out the schedule of what I want to do in December for Christmas themed reviews, but I wanted to get the top 10 done and out of the way too. So with this top 10, this is my favorite movies of 2023. Now, I know that I sound like a broken record, but I just want to get the point across just one more time that this is just my list, number one. Number two, these are films that I've seen this year. So whether or not they came out a couple of years ago, this year, last year, like the 1980s, 70s, whatever year, as long as I have seen it within this year, it counts on this list. If you guys want to go back and see the list that I've made last year, I will pin it in the comments down below, so you guys can go and see what movies that I picked last year compared to this year. So, with that all said and done and out of the way, I want you guys to remember that the ones that I picked for my favorites, whether you guys like them or not, I don't want to hear about it people say, but I didn't like whatever film is on this list until here. And you know what? That's fine. But you don't need to pick on me for liking the film just because you didn't like it. I'm different compared to the rest of the criticism that you would hear from Rotten Tomatoes or other critics here on YouTube. I'm a lot different than the rest of them. So, with that all said and done, let's begin the last countdown of the year. This is the Lady Universe Top 10 Favorite Films of 2023. And before the list is over, or you can tell me whenever, even if you're watching this when it premieres, let me know what is your favorite film that you've seen this year. It doesn't have to be top 10, it could be top 5, or even just your best pick favorite, your favorite film that you've seen this year. With that all said and done and out of the way, let's begin the countdown. This is the Lazy Universe Top 10 Favorite Films of 2023. Please relax and enjoy the countdown of my top 10 favorite films I've seen this year. Number 10. Elvis was a movie that surprised me. It really came off as one of the films that I didn't think that I would like, but to be fair, I was blown away by how damn good the movie actually was. The movie is not only the Elvis Presley's rise in fame to stardom, oh god no. It is mostly about the abusive relationship between someone that's only known as the Colonel. The Colonel is abusive to young Elvis Presley, but he didn't see that at first, not yet. He wanted his rise to fame and rise to stardom, which he eventually got, with the Colonel right on his back the entire way. Baz Luhrmann gave me one of the best films I have ever seen, and also one of the films that I never thought I would see for Elvis Presley. There is a reason why Elvis Presley is known as the king of rock and roll, and this movie is definitely worthy of showing you why Elvis is truly the king, and also Austin Butler does an amazing damn performance. This movie is purely one of the greatest movies I've seen this year, and above all, it's just great, and it's recommended that everybody should check out at least once. And also what is really damn enjoyable is the chemistry between Austin Butler and Tom Hanks. These two have a great on-screen chemistry, and it is great from start to finish. If you want to check out a great biopic, aside from what I reviewed last year, Rocketman, definitely please do check out Baz Luhrmann's Elvis. It is an amazing movie. Number 9. Uncharted was amazing from start to finish. And was a film I was against because I'm like, yeah, sure, I haven't played the game, but I really don't think this movie would have been great. I should have hushed my fucking mouth because Uncharted is amazing. Tom Holland is great, and his chemistry with Mark Wahlberg is the stuff of legends in this movie. And while the Uncharted movie follows its own legend and kind of follows off of the video games while taking some inspiration and free liberty from the video games, I really love the universe that the movie had created. It feels great, it's fun, it's imaginative, and actually I fell in love with it a lot more than I thought I would. Some people would probably bitch and complain, oh, it had nothing to do with the video game, blah 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 blah. Well, you know what? Enjoy a good movie for a good movie, and Uncharted is definitely one of the best movies I've seen. But it's not without saying that Uncharted does have its flaws. Unfortunately, every good movie has its own flaws, but despite its flaws, I still love this movie. I highly recommend checking it out if you do. Even if you're a big Tom Holland fan, you will find some enjoyment with Uncharted. It is a wonderful, fantastic movie, and it feels true to the Uncharted video game. So if you want something new and exciting that kind of feels like Indiana Jones, please, please, please check out Uncharted. It is an amazing fun ride from beginning to end, and you will not be sorry. Number 8. The Batman was a fun experience for me because I was against it because I'm like, Robert Pattinson? Seriously? Robert Pattinson in the role as Batman? But hush my mouth because he does a fantastic job. It's safe to say that The Batman is technically a remake of The Dark Knight, but it still goes without saying that this is one of the best Batman films ever. Robert Pattinson is amazing in the role as Batman. Hell, I didn't like him in Twilight, but then when I saw him as the Batman, I was like, my jaw just dropped at his performance. He's an exceptionally fantastic Batman, as well as Bruce Wayne. And sure, while Bruce Wayne isn't primarily in the film, he's kind of off and on, Batman is fantastic. My only main gripe with this film is that it had so many side characters it wants to pay attention to, and then it never does anything with most of the side characters it gets introduced. Also, my other gripe with this movie is that it is long. This is one of the longest DC movies I've ever seen, and there's just so much going on all at once. However, if you're willing to move past that like I did, this is one of the best Batman films ever, and you will not be disappointed at how damn good that it is, especially Robert Pattinson in the role as the Batman. It's needless to say that this film is definitely worth checking out at least once if you're interested, and please do because this is one of the best Batman films ever made. Number 7. Captain America the Winter Soldier was amazing, especially since I really loved the first Captain America movie. It took me forever to see the sequel, but when I did, damn is it good. The story is amazing, the acting is superb. I loved every single acting in it. The directing is just great and brilliant, and Chris Evans felt more like Captain America in this film than he did in the original. This is one of the best Marvel movies that I have seen this year, and it is without question because Captain America is one of my favorite superheroes, and this movie really explained to me why I love Captain America so much. Plus, goddamn, the villain of this movie is intimidating. I know, Falcon and Winter Soldier is a thing that exists, haha, but his very first debut appearance, goddamn is he a badass. Also, I love the chemistry between Chris Evans and Anthony Mackie. They are fantastic in the role, and I love the both of them equally. It goes without saying that this is just one of the best films, period, that I have seen, and it goes without saying that this is one of the best Captain America movies out there and ever. If you haven't seen Captain America The Winter Soldier yet, you owe yourself to a damn decent and very good movie because this is one of the best Captain America movies out there, period. Number 6. DC's League of Super Pets was a surprising pick for me because I did love this movie. I glossed over it. I like, yeah, no, I don't think I'd like this movie. This is one of the funniest animated superhero movies that I have ever seen by bar none. And at first I was really against it, but until Ace the Bat Hound's backstory came in, that's when the movie showed me that I was in love with this movie, and I sincerely still am. While sure it is about the Justice League getting kidnapped by Lex Luthor, don't ask questions. This is still a great family comedy, and god damn it and fuck it, I love it, even if it's for kids, because this is the cutest, most adorable pet movie I've seen. Also, Ace the Bat-Hound's backstory. Do not skip over this movie unless you have seen Ace the Bat-Hound's backstory. It is so cute and so sinister. I meant sincere, not sinister. And it is one of the funniest movies ever. It has a cyborg cat with a cannon for a tail. How is that not hysterical? If you had one movie to see with your family, please check out DC League of Super Pets. It is an amazing start to finish movie, and you will not be sorry if you skipped over it. Please, please, please view this movie. You will thank me afterward because it is one of the funniest and greatest movies that I have ever seen this year of the animated variety. Number 5.
As Love and Thunder.
Thor, Love and Thunder was my favorite Thor movie that I've seen this year. If I had to pick just one, Love and Thunder was definitely the greatest Thor movie I've seen. I really did love this movie despite everybody saying, this was the worst movie I've ever seen. And then when I saw it, I went, this is one of the best movies I've ever seen. And at first they were like, nah, we're not gonna make Jane Foster a cancer survivor. We're not gonna do that. The moment they did blew me away. And also the moment that Jane Foster went to that hammer and it started reacting to her, ladies and gentlemen, I was screaming at my TV going, yes! This also had one of the best stories for a Thor movie. And now every single Thor movie's story was kind of up and down, but this one had to be the best one. Christian Bale was amazing as Gore the Godslayer. I fell in love with this villain immediately, and he was so sinister he sent shivers down my spine. Again, though, this is just one of the best Thor movies, and I think it's due to Chris Hemsworth really giving an all performance in this, and he was fantastic from start to finish about it. Needless to say, Natalie Portman was amazing as Jane Foster Thor. She was great from start to finish, and I loved every single scene with her in it. The special effects in this movie is so damn good. I loved every single scene that happened in this movie, and especially when they went to go and save the children despite the odds made me cheer for them even more. Fuck the reviews, man. This is one of the best superhero movies that I have seen this year, and despite the criticism, I will fight this movie to the death and say it's one of the best movies that you can ever see. Fight for those you love, and praise mercy to Love and Thunder, because you will thank me in the end of the long run, because this is just one of the best Thor movies out there. Number 4. I'm sorry I was so rude to Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I'm really sorry, because it turned out I loved this movie a lot more than I thought I would. It took me a lot of rewatches to own up to this movie. I mean, seriously, it took me a lot of rewatches, but I did fall in love with this movie, and I'm sorry that I criticized it so much. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is definitely one of the best ones out there. While it's not probably as great as the original, it still holds up as a fantastic sequel. Yes, I'm aware. I was the one that called out Sam Raimi for this and said that he wasn't ready to come back and direct superhero movies again, and I was wrong, and I apologize. While yes, a different flavorful film, it's one that not a lot of people would really get themselves into as much, this still is one of the best films, and while it doesn't hold up to Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, it holds up on its own. This movie jumps all over the place, but if you can follow it, it's sincerely one of the best superhero movies that I've ever seen, and it is a worthy sequel to the original Doctor Strange. Just be forewarned though, it has a lot of Army of Darkness and Evil Dead references spread out throughout the entire movie, no joke. But if you can look past that, it's an awesome superhero film. And let me tell you, I cannot wait for America Chavez to appear in a lot more movies because this woman is going places and I loved her in this movie. God damn, did I love this movie, and mostly it's thanks to America Chavez. She was my favorite character throughout this film, and I cannot wait to see her in a bunch more movies from here to come. At number 3 is a tie between two movies that are my favorite. And The Bad Guys was a surprise for me because it was a film I didn't think that I would actually end up loving, but then when I bought it, god damn I fell in love with it so quickly. It is an amazing movie. It's also one of the most beautifully animated films that I have seen this year by bar none, and I really wanted it to be on this list, and so here it is at number 3. A group of animal mercenaries known as the Bad Guys have always been doing what they've been doing, being bad guys, but then there was a moment where they decided to become the good guys. The Bad Guys is just really an amazing film from start to finish. I did actually really do love it. And also, it had a bunch of heart. It even has the best cast of characters that I could agree with. Sincerely, from start to finish, every single character I could relate to because I found myself down this road a lot more times than I want to admit. But this truly and sincerely is one of the best films that I have ever seen this year, and especially animated wise, it is a phenomenal film to witness. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly of highest regard recommend that you check out The Bad Guys. You will not be disappointed at how damn good this animated movie can get for you all to enjoy. And then Renfield. God damn, Renfield was a surprising movie to me because I'm not really a fan of Dracula, but god damn did this film do me justice. Renfield is a movie about Robert Montague Renfield, a man who was misused and abused by Dracula, and in fact is in an abusive relationship, and yet he doesn't know how to end it with his boss. As a guy who's been in abusive relationships a lot more times than I want to admit, truthfully, this is one of the films that I could really categorize myself with the main character. And yes, I feel free to warn you that this is one of the most glorious films that you can ever see. So if you're not prepared for that, yeah, this movie is an all-around gore and bloodfest. This is also one of the funniest films that I've seen this year, which is amazing because this comes from the same writer as Invincible, Robert Kirkman, who did an amazing job writing this movie. I also love the chemistry between Aquafina and Nicholas Hoult. It's clear that these two have a great chemistry together, and it would be amazing to see them being more filmed together. At least it's not a comedy duo, maybe a romance movie. If you skipped out on Renfield because of the criticism, do yourself a favor, go and check out this movie because it is an amazing horror movie. Also, Nicolas Cage as Dracula is amazing, dude. What are you waiting for? What more do you want? It's Nicolas Cage as goddamn motherfucking Dracula. At number 2 is another tie between two movies for me, so here are my number 2 picks. And Black Adam was a movie that I was excited for ever since I saw the trailer, and a lot of people were sitting there saying, "This is the worst DC movie ever." No, man, this is the best DC movie ever. Well, sure, it's probably not one of the greatest. I think it's one of the best DC Comics films out there, and Dwayne Johnson, God bless him, did an amazing job as the main character. Also including the Justice Society in this movie, the godsend. I loved every single member of the Justice Society in this movie, and God bless it, this movie did an amazing job bringing the Justice Society to life. The criticism was wrong about this movie. This is one of the best anti-hero, superhero, whatever type of movie that you want to call it, and I do love it for that main reason because it's an underrated classic. So if you listen to the criticism and that you're deciding, yeah, the criticism is right, don't listen to the criticism. Ignore the criticism and watch Black Adam. This is one of my favorite superhero films that I have seen this year, by far none, and God bless it, I do love it because it's such an underrated classic, and I have to hate the criticism because this movie is awesome. So please, do not listen to the criticism. Please check out Black Adam if you're a superhero fan because it is an amazing superhero film that you should see at least once. And the Super Mario Super Brothers movie, man, I gotta say, this really surprised me because when I first saw the trailer, I was like, yes, this is a yes. And I am so thankful I did not skip out on this movie because it is awesome from start to finish. And Chris Pratt did Charles Martinet proud when he took over the role as Mario. The animation by Illumination is just breathtaking. Every single scene just had my jaw drop at how damn beautiful that this movie does look. Also, Jack fucking Black as Bowser. Who thought that Jack Black as Bowser would have been something amazing to witness? But I love it. Do not skip out on this movie, and if you have missed it, go and check it out. It is one of the best animated films that I've seen this year, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the best that a lot of other people have seen too. I loved all the Easter eggs. I loved every single reference that was in this. Everything about it was amazing. It's also one of the funniest cartoon movies that I have seen. So if you haven't seen it yet, please track down the Super Mario Brothers movie because you will thank me that this movie is just goddamn awesome and amazing, and I cannot wait for the sequel. And my number one favorite movie of scene of 2023 is Ever since this movie was announced, I have been excited for it. I really wanted to see it, and then when Chadwick Boseman passed away to cancer, I was blown away. I thought to myself, this film would never be made. Its main character, its lead character, is now gone. But then I was surprised when it was still released. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is an amazing film from start to finish, and I was blown away because when I pre ordered this, I was so excited to get it into my hands fast. And then when I did, and when I finally sat down and watched it, I was blown away by how damn amazing this film really is, especially to experience. Just to warn people, this film is also very slow. It really takes its time to build up to being a character's presence before it gets to the superhero action. But once it gets to the superhero action and when Shuri showed off that brand new suit made for this movie, oh my jaw dropped and I was cheering in anticipation. And also, the fight scene. Goddamn, every fucking fight scene was amazing to experience. Every fight scene was like, yes, more of this. And with the possibility of another film along the way, I am excited to see more of Black Panther, and especially Shuri did her brother justice in the lead role. Yes, it's unfortunate that Chadwick Boseman is indeed gone, but his legacy as the Black Panther will live on forever in the hearts of comic book fans and moviegoers everywhere. All that's left for me to say to your viewers is Wakanda Forever indeed, and this film is definitely my favorite film of 2023 for that one reason. And guys, that is it. That is it for my top 10s. This was my favorite movies list of 2023. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what your favorite top 10 or just favorite film in general is in the comment section down below. Or if you said it live in the premiere, then I already know what it is, and congratulations. But yet, for the rest of December, I do have to say that, aside from this usual garbage, I'll be instead wearing a bit more of a good outfit. Ah, there we go. Much better of an outfit. So join me next time, as I have promised, and probably a lot of people have waited. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, for the long-awaited arrival of my review of Olive the Other Reindeer.